Welcome to the Let's Ruin It podcast, where we take your favorite pop culture media, put a legal spin on it, and like all lawyers, we ruin it.
Yes, we do.
Woo! Hello, and welcome to Con Air.
Ooh, that was pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pretty good.
Sounded just like John Malkovich.
Oh, yeah, just like.
Now do it with a southern accent.
Welcome to Con Air.
No,
Thank you
Nicolas
for
Cage
boarding.
did it worse.
He did it
Thank you
worse.
for boarding. I can't be as bad as the greatest actor of our
worst.
generation.
I mean,
Welcome to 1997, folks, where Nicolas Cage led a ragtag bunch of convicts,
team of convicts.
on a flight and all kinds of what?
Wacky hijinks ensued.
Thank you very much, Jenny. And hello and welcome to the podcast. I am Liz.
I
This
am
is-
Jenny.
I
and
am
this
Diana.
Put on your seatbelts.
And fasten up, buckle up. It's going to
yeah.
be a bumpy ride.
oh my God, it was absolutely
Ooh, that was
bumpy.
great.
You like?
Yeah, but then we end up in
Holy
Vegas at the end.
crap,
It's fine.
bullshit kind of have things happen in this
Oh.
movie. And look, straight up honest, I don't remember ever seeing this movie. I don't think
my
I
God.
saw it in 1997.
Missed out.
And I missed out, really did, because
No,
I think this is one of those
as
like Nicolas Cage
insane
classics.
as
Yeah,
this
yeah, it's
movie
one of his
is,
best
I
films.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I liked it.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
I'd seen it a lot, I think, growing up.
Yes,
And then-
me too.
And then a very memorable time where we watched it back in, I don't know, like 2009 or something at our apartment. And I'm just going to name drop. My friend Jessica was watching this and could not keep up with the plot. Like every 15 minutes, she's like, what is going on in this movie? This is so confusing. And we just have to be like, there are cons. They're in the air. It's Con Air. And like, it just kept
I
going
don't think
on
it
and
was
on.
that confusing.
It's not
Jessica,
confusing.
what is wrong with you? I don't know.
But also, I'm just not necessarily sure that there even needs to be like much of a plot that makes sense.
Nope.
Like it's like you
Lot
said,
of
there are
shooting,
cons in the
lots of
air.
It's just a
Fighting.
movie for no reason. It's just like, here, we're just going to throw the cons on
No,
a
there is
plate.
an excellent reason.
It's implausible.
Nicolas Cage's hair.
I
His
mean,
hair is awful.
His hair rivaled his accent. Why?
That's a crime. Like, that's a crime we should be
Why?
unpacking.
Both of those
Wow.
things. Both of those things. Why did they, number one, have to make him from Alabama? Like, couldn't they just make him from any random
Oh, okay.
place?
So now we're just going to lose everyone from Alabama.
No, Alabama is fine as a state, more or less, I think.
Sure.
I'm just saying, why did they have to give him that accent? Why couldn't it have been from a place where he
do you
didn't
really
have
think it was an
accent?
Alabama accent? Because
No, it was a shitty accent.
It was a crap ass accent.
Do you think he should have been from, like, what? Like,
I thought it was a
Detroit
Bayou
or something?
accent
Whatever.
myself, but
I had no idea what the
What did you
accent
think
he
it
was
was?
trying to do.
Bayou, like Louisiana. That's what I thought.
That sounded, yeah.
But isn't that, like,
don't know.
near Alabama?
I'm assuming it is.
It's-
my,
it's
I
in-
admit
it's
my
in the
geography
South. I don't know.
is not top notch, but
My
I
point-
feel like it's,
My point is that this is not a blight on Alabama. You know what? He gave Alabama a bad name. Is all I'm
Okay.
saying.
oh yeah, he did it.
He did it.
Liz, we've already lost Staten Island and Texas.
Because of you, I might
You
add.
cannot, we can't lose Alabama.
They played Leonard Skinner throughout this entire fucking movie. So
I know.
So they got their kudos and their props. Okay.
Look, I'm just saying that this whole movie was unwell.
It wasn't well.
It was awful.
It
Should
was
we just
unhinged.
wrap it up
It was
here?
unhinged. All right.
But you know,
It
we
was
have,
awful but fun.
but we have a whole
fun.
slew of Nick Cage movies that are brilliant and unhinged.
Wait,
True.
A whole
brilliant.
slew. Brilliant. He's
Brilliant?
always playing someone who's
Brilliant?
Brilliant.
Wait,
It's a
really?
stretch. I don't
I
know.
mean, national treasure.
Besides
He's
that.
brilliant.
Wait,
and
I gotta
unhinged.
go back to again. Let's pull in Meg Ryan.
Oh,
and
Meg Ryan,
City of
tell me.
Angels.
Oh
City
my
of
God.
Angels. That
The
was
worst.
the
That
worst.
movie
He's just unhinged.
is unwatchable.
The worst. Wait,
so
no,
bad.
hold on. What if Meg Ryan hears this? We want her on our podcast.
That's right. Yeah. Sorry, Meg Ryan. We didn't like City of Angels.
You say her name the right way.
Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan.
At Meg Ryan.
Etta Meg-
Etta Meg
Etta
Ryan.
Meg
I
Ryan.
learned that. I learned that.
Etta
Yeah.
Meg Ryan.
Guys, that's a throwback to our You've Got Mail episode.
Yeah,
check
go
it
check
out.
it out. Meg Ryan, check it out.
But hold on. Face Off, Unhinged.
First of all, Face Off is amazing.
I love that movie.
Maybe we're going to do
Again,
this.
horrifically bad.
The
but
best.
Just like
so good.
Whoever's
best.
writing these movies is just like, fuck it. Like, that's
Right.
like every scene
Let's
is like,
try
I
the
don't care.
most implausible shit possible because people will love it.
It's like a Mad
did
Libs.
they?
Like I think it's like they're filling
Yes.
out Mad Libs, and then they're
But
just
hold
like,
on,
here we
didn't
go.
people love it? People loved Face
Love
Off.
it.
For real. Oh,
People
yeah.
loved
Still
Con Air.
do.
Con
Love
Air
it.
is iconic. Those scenes where he's like with his hair flying in the wind with all the explosions behind
Jenny,
him.
Put the bunny back in the damn box.
Should we get the bunny out of the way now? He's got an unhealthy attachment to the bunny.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about the bunny.
The bunny equals his daughter.
It's his daughter.
It's his
He
daughter.
missed out on seeing his daughter for so many years. All he has is a body.
But whose fault was that, Diana? Whose fault fault?
The
US government?
Government's correct. So let's bring it back.
So,
Bring
for
it
me,
back.
the main issue in this movie, and I know
Is
this
the complete opener?
is the whole reason that we're here.
Yep.
This guy is convicted of murder
He got railroaded.
because he, I guess, is like a deadly weapon because like he's
That's what the
considered
judge thinks.
The judge considers him a deadly weapon. So
'Cause
when
he's-
he punches
'cause he's
this guy
military.
and the guy
No,
dies,
doesn't he stab him?
No.
No,
He punched him.
punches
I thought he grabbed the knife from him.
no, he
No?
punches him.
No, he disarmed
But
him.
he
Like,
knocks
oh,
him
you're
out.
right.
He
Yeah.
knocks him out. Like, and by knock out, I mean kills him with like
Yeah.
a punch because
right.
he's strong.
A la
'cause he was
Mike
in-
Tyson.
Yes,
Right.
he was in the military.
It is the classic example of self-defense because the guy comes at him with
Oh my
a knife.
God, yeah.
with a knife.
With a knife. So he's well within his right to punch him.
to punch him.
However,
It was like the best example of self-defense.
Liz, go ahead.
But
however,
what?
had he listened to his wife
That's true.
and
just
just
got in the
got
car.
in a damn car
I
like
understand,
she told
but that does
him
not
to,
change the fact that it was self-defense in that moment.
It does, however,
Legally.
prove that we as wives are always right.
We're always
Correct.
right. Yes,
Always
that is
right.
correct.
Had she listened to
Had
him,
she listened to him, fine.
she wouldn't have
But-
been. He wouldn't have been in the slammer,
He
I know.
wouldn't have missed his daughter's birth.
right?
He wouldn't have been struggling to get this damn bunny to her for her birthday.
I understand. And he wouldn't have been on Con Air. But,
But like all flawed heroes, he was incapable of walking away.
okay, but regardless
Also,
of
the
all
movie
that,
would have just ended, you guys.
okay, I got that, but
I
like,
got you.
all right, fine. I almost wish that they'd made the scene less of a very
Clear,
very
yeah.
clear example of self-defense. Like,
Well-
I wish that there was something that he
Like
did
if it was
off
just
from
like
there.
a drunken brawl or
Something
It
where he
wasn't
like
necessarily
if he punched
clear,
him
though.
without being attacked, like just because like the
if
guy
he was the
like
instigator.
the guy was like harassing them and he just like lost his cool and punched him, that would have been better than you're literally punching him because he's going after you with a knife. Like that was really that bothered me.
Okay, but you're right. But I'm going to give you my devil's advocate position.
Go on.
The guy dropped the knife. His friend picked up the knife and left the scene. So there was no weapon at the scene of the crime. There's no guarantee his wife saw the
No, 'cause
weapon
she ran
because
to
it
get
was
help.
raining and it was dark and she
she
comes
ran to
running
get
back
help.
with the guy. So it's his word against the dead guy, I guess, because my guess is those other guys disappeared, never to
Yeah.
be seen again, didn't show
That's
up.
true.
So it's
Fine.
clearly just him saying, I got jumped by these guys. They pulled a knife on me, but there was no weapon at the scene.
You know what, Liz?
However,
you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
I
but
will
it
give
was
it to you
still
this
a
one
punch.
time.
It was still one punch. He didn't beat him like senseless.
I had a real issue with the judge calling him
A deadly
because of
weapon.
his training.
Because like
deadly
a
weapon.
deadly
so then
weapon.
everyone in the military
Right.
is considered a deadly weapon.
Yeah, that I
like
had a
arms
problem
are
with.
deadly weapons.
I also had a problem with the fact that he took a plea and the judge refused to accept the plea.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's right.
Threw the
What?
plea out the window.
That's
Have we
horrible.
never heard of a conditional plea? Like, what is happening right
Well,
now?
tell the people. Tell the
Tell
three people who are
inform
listening.
the people.
Because people
Teach
can
us.
make a conditional plea. Yes, I will plead to this count with the stipulation that I receive this sentence.
Right.
But if you're not going to get the sentence that you plead to,
What the
then
hell did you
it's
plead
not
for?
valid anymore.
Then there's
What
no
did you
reason to plead.
for?
Yeah,
Exactly.
It literally moots the whole thing.
So basically, what we're saying is that the first 5 minutes.
was
And
crap.
he's a decorated army ranger. He's
Absolutely.
like a hero.
No history,
Yeah.
really, other than minor petty things in his childhood.
whatever.
That was
And then
nothing.
he's like the fact that that he's sentenced to 7 to 10
He
years.
was a hero, and I don't understand because usually we're all rah military and yay for our military vets. He gets treated like crap.
And those guys
in this
were giving-
movie.
those guys
not
gave him
just by
shit
those
in the
guys,
beginning.
but by the judge. No consideration at all.
Yes.
And then not even by the people transporting him because the DEA agent could give two shits that he's a decorated army
No.
ranger.
No, he's a con.
Right.
He's a
And then
con
he's
in
a
the
con.
air.
What did he call him? A murderous pig or something like that?
A con in the air,
Yeah.
Elizabeth.
Well, okay.
Wow. Air. But and then also when he's like called like a menace to society,
Yeah.
like based on what?
Right.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that
But he
has
punched
this
one
criminal
guy
conviction.
one time.
Yeah, well, he's a criminal. He's a convicted
And they
felon.
sent him to San Quentin?
Yes.
For that?
For that.
Like,
If you don't have the knife and you can't prove that it's self-defense, it's fine. Voluntary manslaughter, right?
it was
Still.
involuntary manslaughter, I think it was what they got him on. That's
I
what they
think
said.
so.
I
Yeah.
don't- you're not being sent there. You're not being treated he's treated like it was like murder one. Like,
Right.
I mean,
For real. Yeah.
And he is basically given the same treatment as all of these like supermax prisoners, which is how we end up in this situation in the first place.
I was trying to figure out, actually, was it Alabama law that convicted him under federal law?
No, I think it was
trying to
Alabama law. Why would it be
why
federal?
did he go to San Quentin? Because then I'm like, was
another
it a
way,
federal thing?
another way that the movie doesn't make any sense.
No. This is very confusing.
So then we get a montage of his hair growing, because when he comes back from the army, his hair is nice and clipped. And
The hair is really the worst part. Yes.
and so then we have a lovely montage of the years of him in prison, and his hair is
there
growing.
are like hairdressers,
Who's-
right?
I
And
think
He
so.
misses his child's
I think
birth.
so. Who's conditioning that mane?
Also,
Did it look conditioned
couldn't he
to you?
get a haircut in prison? Like, you're allowed the haircuts.
I think so.
Yeah, but clearly he wanted to wear
He
his
wanted
badge.
that. He
Yeah.
wanted
Remember,
that.
we learned from Double Jeopardy. She worked in the prison
they
hair
were
salon.
They were in the hair salon. Double Jeopardy.
Yes.
Yep,
Yeah, so,
But then
guys,
again, that was a woman's prison. so-
Hollywood needs to
Still.
get their stories together.
Yeah.
They need to collaborate on their prison stories. The point is that now we jump 8 years into the future. His
And
child,
he's going home.
he's
And he's
going
gonna
home.
finally get to be with his kid. And
Has
his
never
wife.
seen his kid. 8
no,
years.
No, she was in utero when he was imprisoned.
But the guard did express surprise that he had never met his kid. But he's
Yes.
like, I am not going to meet my kid in prison.
Correct. Very commendable. Sure. Great. So
also,
now
I'm like, I don't know. You're also depriving your kid of ever knowing you or anything. I don't know.
who are we to judge? We are here to listen
Fine.
and
But
also
then again, I
judge.
kind of get it. He's in San Quentin. That is not where
That-
the nice. That's not
No.
where the nice
Fine.
people are.
No.
Fine.
So
But that's also where he meets Baby O, right? What do we think Baby O did? Because he seemed
They
like a
never
nice
said.
enough guy, but they
They
never
didn't
say
say.
what he did. So I don't
they
know.
never say. But basically, he now
He was
is
diabetic, I guess.
right.
No,
But that's
I
not a
knew.
crime.
I know.
He's now getting out on parole.
Yep.
And coincidentally, at the same time, they are
On his daughter's birthday.
On his daughter's
How
birthday.
many stars
also,
can align here?
July 14th, Bastille Day. Fun
Bastille
fact
Day.
for everyone.
Salud. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they are now transporting these like really dangerous, multi-convicted criminals.
Because who decided this was a good idea?
They're
They're
transporting
opening
them.
some new high security prison in Alabama.
Yes.
So they're moving the worst of the worst from San Quentin
Yes.
to this new prison in Alabama.
And they might as well-
coincidentally where Cameron Poe happens to be returning
where
home.
our lovely protagonist happens to be going. So
Right.
they're like,
so
that's
he's
fine.
hitching a ride.
He can hitch a ride.
on a jet plane.
I don't know. I'm like,
That can't be how that
No.
works.
so, I mean, the prisoner transfer procedures are just an entire big thing in this.
They're a
of, like
hot
how
mess.
bad it was.
Hot
like
mess,
how badly it was
Diana.
done. I mean,
If that shit's real, we got problems. In this
first
country.
of all,
right?
For real.
you do not place
real.
all of the world's or the country's worst criminals on the same flight.
And guys,
together.
can I
You
just,
do not do
because
that.
I had to write it down because it just entertained me so much.
Go on.
We had Billy Bedlam, who's a mass murderer.
Sure.
We had Diamond Dog.
What did he do?
Who's the big black activist who blew shit up?
Got it.
Right. Cyrus the Virus,
The
who is
worst.
criminally
Not good.
insane.
Sure.
We have Johnny 23,
Johnny 23.
who had all his bitches on his arm.
Yeah.
That's right.
All the rapists.
Rapists.
Yeah,
That's
that,
right.
that he did.
And
we
then-
have
yeah.
Pinball Parker, one Dave Chappelle,
Dave Chappelle.
who committed a
He
bunch
did-
of stuff, including arson, and he did happen to light someone on fire in this movie.
That's correct. He did not last very long.
No, did not. But quite entertaining while he was on the screen.
Always Dave Chappelle. Always.
Yeah.
What a
Then we've
delight.
got Garland Green, who is the Marietta Mangler. That would be Mr. Steve Buscemi.
I love all the names that they have. Steve Buscemi, he was like a Hannibal Lecter type because they had the
Yeah.
mask on.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that was-
yes,
that's
indeed.
creepy.
And
I
was breathing like Darth Vader in it.
I don't
like
quite
it.
understand Steve Buscemi's role in this.
What do you mean?
And then they gave him like a redemption arc.
Witty.
What
It was witty commentary. That was what I got
that
from
it?
him.
It was like
yeah.
Hannibal Lecter.
It was
Like, he's
sort
like,
of
you know-
a.
No, I know,
it was,
but,
it
like,
was sort
what
of
was
a
his
social
point?
commentary
Yeah.
stuff.
What was
Yeah.
his point?
Comedy? I don't
Comedy?
know.
Yeah, I guess that was it. All right.
I don't
Did
know.
he really need a redemption arc? I don't think so. I don't know.
I mean, you want to
Someone
call it
needed one.
redemption that he didn't eat that little girl?
That's what I'm
He
saying.
didn't eat the
Okay.
little girl. That's very nice.
Okay.
I
Thank
was-
you, sir.
Even though I'd seen the movie before, I was still like, that scene always makes me nervous. I'm like,
Oh, I got
don't
nervous.
eat
Oh,
her,
no,
don't
I
eat
was
her.
really nervous. I'm like, oh my God, he's going to eat this kid.
eat the
I got
kid?
really
Oh, I
nervous.
got so
Yeah, I
nervous.
did. And then they're singing, he's got the whole world in his hands.
Look how
I know.
much you loved this movie.
Telling
It's like her favorite movie of all time. now.
you know. We had Swamp Thing, who flies the plane.
Sure.
And then all to go and meet El Drug Cartel Man Cindino.
You really wrote these down.
I did, because I got a big kick out of all of these.
Yeah.
All of these.
And
So
somehow
there was some good names.
But also
and I already
somehow
mentioned Baby O. So.
they've all, not all, some of them have previously planned this.
Yeah, I don't know
and
how
had
that
the
happened. How did they
specs-
do this?
They had the specs to the plane.
He did.
I mean, they had like they had this plan worked out so well that I'm like, did everyone just let them get into a room together like once a week
Yes.
to do like planning sessions? Like, what is this?
Where did they get the needles? They stuck needles into their hands.
Yeah, which, okay, that was my flaw number 1 that I wrote down. How are there
This is
no
flaw, like, number
metal
97.
really?
Metal detectors.
But no metal detectors at all? They get on and
We're
off
gonna
this
get
plane.
all of
We're-
these prisoners
we're opening
on
their mouths. We're
the worst-
checking their mouths.
the
and all
worst
this other
criminals
stuff,
in
but-
America are getting on the same flight. Let's not have a metal detector.
No, let's not. Because, they can't hide metal anywhere on their body, apparently.
So stupid.
No, and they just let them on. But they also, they have like...
Dave Chappelle swallows something
and then...
that had a match in it, for crying
then
out loud. I'm not even sure what it
regurgitates
was.
back
All I
up.
saw was him spit out this cocoon-like thing, and I was like, ew.
Ew.
Don't know what that was.
I know.
But it had the match, and he proceeds to light the man on fire.
That's right. But that all of that is a diversion.
Correct.
Because in the meantime, Cyrus the Virus and the other guy are pulling the needles out of their
Ugh.
hands and
Picking the locks
Picking
on
the
the
locks.
handcuffs and
Yes.
getting out.
Yes.
Easy peasy.
So, but like their main mistake first was getting them all together on the same flight.
Yeah.
You don't transport all of the worst criminals together.
No.
Number one, and you're transporting them alongside other criminals who are like lower level non-violent criminals.
Right.
Like-
and someone who's about to get out.
and someone who's literally about to get out of prison and is
Right.
like on parole.
Right.
How is this allowed?
Right.
These things do not
The
comport.
optics of
No.
that plane made no sense
Gross
at all.
negligence,
No.
obviously. And also violation of constitutional protections for non-violent inmates and for Poe, who's
well, so
about
then
to get out.
let's talk about our favorite topic. Who is suing whom?
We're suing the government.
Well, it was.
Who
It's
is
interesting though. It's
The
the Marshal
families of
Service.
anyone who died
Died.
on this flight or the people who got injured.
So the families of the convicts.
the convicts and any of the marshals and
So
anyone on the
because-
The
flight.
marshals in particular, because
Yeah.
there were definitely marshals that got killed.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, so there's a DEA agent on
Yep.
the flight. He's going in as undercover because he needs to get info from one of the convicts on the flight.
Sure.
And John Cusack, who plays the marshal who's
Who
like
was
in
my
charge,
favorite character, I have to say, and I love John.
We'll get
Cusack,
to him.
but he was my favorite.
We'll get to him. When he is basically laying down the rules for how this DEA agent is getting on the plane.
Right.
He
No
says,
planes.
No,
No
weapons.
planes. Sorry. No guns.
No
No
guns.
guns,
No
on the
guns
plane.
on the plane.
None.
For obvious reason. It's a liability. God knows what happens.
Absolutely.
And
And
yet-
it's the same reason why they tell people not to own guns, because a homeowner is more likely to be killed with their own gun in their house than it being effective against a criminal.
And
so
so-
same reasoning. Don't
yet-
bring a gun on a plane with a bunch of convicts.
And yet, the
And yet-
DEA agents snuck the
Yep.
gun
But-
onto the plane.
It wasn't him. It was his supervisor.
Yes,
Sure.
but
But
still.
whatever.
Because he gave
what
it up.
difference does it make?
He gave it up. He went in pretending he was a convict. He didn't have that. He technically didn't put
Yeah.
it in his leg.
No.
It was the supervisor that put it
Yeah.
back
But
in
let's
his pant
assume.
leg.
Let's assume
I mean, yes, he
that
didn't
they pre-planned
object,
this.
but
also let's assume that they pre-planned that this weapon was getting on the plane no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And that weapon caused a lot of unnecessary deaths.
So much grief.
Because he tries to 5 minutes into this, the DEA agent, without having any sort of plan, basically jumps up and thinks he can take all of them.
Oh my God.
With his
I
one,
know.
with his one
his one
little,
little
One little
weapon.
stupid
with his one
gun.
little gun.
Yeah.
And
Again, the worst criminals in America.
right,
Yep.
right.
assuming
He's
they
taken
have
down.
any loyalty to one another, he takes one of them prisoner, like Cyrus is going to give two shits
takes
Yeah.
that
Dave
he's got
Chappelle.
a gun up against Dave Chappelle's head.
and
And he basically calls him out on it and goes, right, whoopee. Like,
Right.
I don't care.
John Malkovich
Like,
is basically like, I don't care.
I don't give a shit.
Shoot
Right.
him.
Of course.
right.
Why would he care?
He had no plan, and that gun
Causes a lot.
causes a lot of
yeah.
issues because
So
the gun
the
gets
loss-
set
the loss-
off
yeah.
and like
But the
two
lawsuit,
prisoners are shot.
the question is like who we're suing. We're suing the U.S. government for literally creating the situation
Yeah.
and then continue. Like, I mean, you can also sue the criminals themselves, but like deeper pockets for the government, you know.
Sure.
But yes,
Well, I mean,
obviously
but
the
you're
ones
not-
committing the crimes. If I was the family of one of the marshals or the family of one of the criminals on board who were killed, then I would be suing, sure, the other criminals involved, but then also the government for
So
creating
this is
mayhem.
interesting. So let's talk about the DEA agent that tried to like save the day, but ultimately was taken down and shot.
Mm-hmm.
If his family, if his estate sues the government, and says that as a result of your negligence, gross negligence, he died. Is there some sort of argument to be made that
Contributory
he,
negligence.
that he contributed to this?
Well, he didn't bring the gun on. So you're also...
But his actions brought about, in
Yeah.
theory, his own demise.
Sure.
So I think that could
that
be,
you would do a comparative or
I think
contributory
there
negligence.
would be a contributory
But I
negligence
still,
on
I
his
still
part.
think you have a lawsuit, regardless of the fact that maybe he didn't handle it the best way.
Yeah.
They put him in this situation. The
Yeah.
government put him in this
Yeah.
situation. Whether or not he took the right steps or not, it's like, what would the reasonable, prudent person in his situation do in such a... That's a crazy fucking situation.
Yeah.
So
It's
like, okay.
interesting, though, because he is a DEA agent. I don't know what kind of, like,
Training
or implications there even are to being a DEA agent. Are you really going to be able to sue the government if you get killed in the line of duty? I think that's assumed.
I think because this is like so far away from like the assumed risk. Like, yeah, there's a risk, but this is crazy town. Like, this is just not like
So Con Air is not in their employment contract.
Con Air is not like the whole thing sucks. There were just like you said, like the failure to like have metal detectors or do proper searches. Like every part of this was like just gross negligence by the part of the government. It's not just that they got the cons together on a plane. It's there were no steps taken to make sure that this was done well.
In theory, it should have been okay because with the way they did it, they locked the more severe criminals up in cages. They were shackled and they were put in individual cages. They didn't get to sit like more the benign prisoners like Poe and Baby O who were like kind of sitting on the chairs. They were locked in cages. So in theory, they took extra precautions to make sure the more serious criminals were contained. But I mean,
they
obviously
didn't
not
properly
enough.
vet the guards. They didn't have the security measures, like you said, with you know, any kind of searches that you might think.
The searches were completely inadequate.
And cargo, like hide something in a diabetics kit. Like, like there's so much that they could have been.
Well, speaking of the
checks and balances,
diabetic, that one bothered me a lot.
So let's talk about that.
I mean, the entire premise of Poe and why he's still on this goddamn plane is because he's not going to leave Baby O without his insulin, which I didn't get that. I got to be honest. I didn't get that. I mean, okay, really? Yeah. Really? I mean, you've been dying
to get to his kid.
to get home.
I know, but
to
it
see
shows
your
that
kid.
he's a man of character.
It's been 8 years, and
Man
you
of
don't want to
character.
leave the
He's
guy
brilliant,
without his insulin.
but unhinged and kind.
He's
got
Nick
terrible
Cage.
hair.
He's just Nick Cage doing Nick Cage stuff. That's all.
Right.
No, it's like she said. He's a man of honor. He can't leave his friend behind.
He is a war hero. He is like a man of valor. And so, anyway, but yeah, let's talk about the medical negligence and inmate rights.
There was
issues.
absolutely medical negligence for him.
Failure to provide medical care for Baby O.
Well, he asks for the insulin in the beginning, and they tell him, "Sit down. We'll get it once you're in."
They denied him necessary medical.
She said, "Once we're in flight, you'll get your shot."
Right.
But then wacky hijinks ensue almost immediately.
Right. And the needles all break.
Right. And so, it's not really the government's fault that he doesn't get his insulin. Maybe the proper protocol is that, once we're in flight...
Maybe he should have gotten it before they got on the plane.
That's true, too. I don't know. We don't know when was the last time he got it.
But it was purposely withheld, not administered, and he almost died from it.
Mm-hmm.
And, Nicolas Cage saved him.
And I think that there's an argument to be made that it's an Eighth Amendment violation it's like cruel and unusual punishment. Mm-hmm. To withhold his
but hold on.
No, you can't just when we're in the air. No, he needs it now.
I'm sorry. Speaking as a diabetic, you can't do that. It's not like you could tell your body to just simmer.
I get it, but
there are federal standards for inmate health care.
He almost went into diabetic shock. Yeah. So,
but I guess my question is, was he on schedule to get it right that very second when he asked, or did she have in her paperwork he's supposed to get his shot at 2:00, at 4:00, at 6:00?
He needs it when he needs it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know the exact timing. Most people take it on a time schedule, so I don't know what the time schedule was. But
clearly, it was either that was the schedule.
There's probably a window of an hour or so.
So I guess
they were okay, you don't do it before, we'll do it while we're in flight. Yeah. Fine. Nobody knew that was going to happen. I get what you're saying, but I mean, when all is said and done, would it have been that hard to just have done it ahead of time?
Well, you know what? I don't know. That's a good question, because while he's asking her for the insulin shot, they're loading all of these people onto the plane. Mm-hmm. So, there's should be protocol of getting these dangerous people through the airplane to where they need to be. Like, you can't have her standing in the middle there and, like, shooting him up with a needle. That's probably also not proper protocol that someone's going to rush in and grab the needle from her.
I thought that conversation came up before they even departed. Wasn't it, like, on the bus that they were talking about it? Before they even got there?
Was it on a bus?
I thought it was while they were still in transit. Like, I didn't even think they got into the plane yet before when this conversation happened.
That's a good
question.
And
the woman guard had said, you'll get it when we get to the plane.
Regardless, I think, I remember just thinking, just like, do it sooner. Like,
right.
You're just waiting too long. And it's like, yeah, maybe there were unforeseen circumstances that ensued thereafter. But I think regardless.
Were they wacky?
They were wacky. But I feel like that's a lot of, like, medical malpractice. It's not that, like, you purposely did that, but, like, something else happened. You know, like, other circumstances arose and you had a window of opportunity. You missed it. You didn't foresee what would happen, but that doesn't make you not liable anymore, you know?
And then, so now they've taken over the plane. They've hijacked the plane. The pilots are dead. One of the pilots goes into a lockbox to get a gun. That ends poorly, obviously.
Yeah.
And they have now taken over the plane, and they have plans. They're going to land somewhere. This entire time, once they realize on the ground that the plane has been hijacked, and it doesn't even really take all that long for them to figure it out, why aren't people mobilizing? Why aren't things happening? Why is it just like John Cusack and his crew of schmooze? Why are they the ones in charge? Like, shouldn't the Air Force be stepping in now? Like, you've got a hijacked plane.
Well, it's still the air marshals that are controlling it at this point.
I understand, but, like, you got to be ringing the alarm and asking for backup. Like, it's not John Cusack, like, on a motorcycle and...
Well, he kept saying, it's my plane. So he's in charge of this plane.
I think once a plane gets hijacked...
I think there should have been more of a
different
plan.
Protocol.
I think there should have been more of a plan, and people should have mobilized.
I could not understand. Like, the protocols to me were just insane. So they're expecting 3 white people to get off. So we need 3 white people to volunteer to get off this plane. They're not checking who they are. They're not checking IDs. They scanned nothing. They're taking whatever their word is for, like, oh yeah, sure, I'm Billy Bedlam. I'm Joe Schmo. I'm whoever I'm supposed to be.
That's part. The whole thing, the whole operation. Just there's a lack of planning, proper procedures, proper safety measures.
They happen to land in the middle of a sandstorm, so no one can see shit.
From beginning to end, there was just, the government dropped the ball left and right, and once it's hijacked. At that point, like, there needs to be a very clear plan. Instead, what we have is, like,
they were
being
actually
shot that attempt to, like, shoot him down by, like,
they were actually
by the authorities.
Extremely smart with regard to that too, because when they landed at the one the airport, Carson City, that was it. They were exchanging prisoners, picking up more prisoners, dropping off others at Carson City. That was in the middle of that whole shenanigans. And that's when Dave Chappelle gets stuck, because he took the transponder from that plane and put it on that other plane, which was the touristy plane. And so that was their way of tracking the plane, and they got rid of it. And that was extremely smart of them.
Of course. They really put so much thought and planning.
They did.
I mean, they did.
Well, you got time. I mean, when you got nothing else to do.
And then because the government in this movie is inept, they almost shoot down, like, a civilian plane.
Yeah, like a tourist plane.
Yeah, the tourist
what about
plane.
the pilot who was going to try and contact to alert? They were getting in touch, and they were like, and you've got Cyrus, who's all up in his face, and I'm going to kill you if you don't say everything is fine.
Yeah.
And then you've got no other protocol, because he tripped the emergency thing, and then basically just got threatened to say
said, never mind, everything is fine.
Everything is fine, and they take that at face value.
Yep, they sure do.
Don't you think, like, something else would happen thereafter? Like, you can't just be like, oh, well, they said it's fine, so we're not going to, like, investigate it. We talked about this with Die Hard. That, like, when they, like, call back, or they're like, oh, sorry, no, everything's fine. Like,
and the cop cars just turn
around. And then
around.
you see, like, all the fire trucks and stuff just turn around on the highway, because they're like, well, they called it back.
They called it back.
They reneged on their 911 call.
Right.
Like, that's not okay.
No.
Like,
as far as
you
I'm
have
aware,
a duty to actually
you have to go and confirm that it's okay.
When they started looking into this, and then they went to look at Cyrus the Virus's prison cell, they found all the contraband and all these, like, plane schematics. And then he had also booby-trapped his cell and killed federal agents.
Yes.
where did he get all of the supplies for this? How did he manage to do all of
Yeah,
this?
that I don't know. I thought it was really clever where the code is hidden in these like Last Supper pictures.
Yes.
I think it's great.
And somehow lovely.
He's no idiot. He's not an idiot.
No.
John Cusack cracks the code magically.
Yes.
John Cusack is a jack of all trades.
He's a gem.
In this
movie.
He's a gem.
He knows how to ride a motorcycle while shooting a gun. He knows how to drive a really fast car. I mean, he's just doing all sorts of. He's the federal marshal in charge of all things. He is just getting shit done. You know what? He's not getting done. He's not getting this plane down.
He's not gonna
way.
and like
Well, and honestly, he's the only one who said we can't just shoot it down. There are innocent people on that plane.
Well, and also the one thing, I was like, is anyone thinking about the fact that like if you shoot down the plane because they're like they want to shoot it down, but like it's over like populated areas. Like this plane's gonna come down and just like crash into human beings and like civilians below. And no one's thinking about that.
Kind of like. And I had a good one for you. When they threw pinball off the plane.
Oh yes, and he landed
and it
in the
landed
car.
on the guy's car with the message, which I thought was super clever. But I had one for you. Can they get him for illegal disposition of a body, desecration of a
Yes, I think they
person,
would. They'd probably just throw that on there.
But it also-
improper burial?
But it also it caused so much damage on the ground.
Yes, it did.
So
It
much
caused
damage.
a multi-car crash.
The lady was so funny. And the body just fell from the sky. It's like,
I mean, so traumatic. It falls right on top of the car.
they're lucky they weren't crushed to death.
That's right.
Yes.
Seriously.
Because that like something like that.
Oh my God, they
Can
could have died.
happen.
No,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
absolutely could have died.
There have been horrible stories in the news about
Of
that in the
course.
past. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was bad.
I mean, but okay, so Marshall Larkin runs out of Cyrus's cell and basically just says, "Don't touch anything." And of
And
course,
what do
the
they do?
dumbass guard touches stuff.
Yes.
And sets off the booby trap.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's it.
Everything
And they
is-
blow and they blow it up.
And kaboom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then going back to just the fact that
So do you think Marshall Larkin did enough of a duty to
I'm gonna
warn?
No.
going back to the hijacking of the flight.
Yeah. Go on.
So there's many issues with that. First of all, the fact that like it's a hijacking of a federal aircraft. So that just takes it into like the next level. The U.S. Marshals prison transport aircraft that makes this a federal aviation crime. There's a U.S. code. I'm not going to say it, but I looked it up and it's pretty serious.
Oh, there's a lot of
It would be punishable.
entities that can.
It would be
that can sue these
punishable
people.
by
Yeah.
life imprisonment or death if death occurs during the act, which it did. So
none
all
of these
the people who
none
are
of
involved in
these
this would get a
guys
death
are-
penalty.
Yeah.
And then flying.
They're not
Yeah.
walking out of this one at all.
Also, like this is the minutia of it, but it warrants to say that you're crossing state lines while
True.
committing felonies. That brings it to
so
a higher
the
level.
interstate would be fed, right?
Assume they're getting like multiple consecutive life sentences.
I would say so.
Okay, so you're crossing state lines while committing the felonies, and that would trigger federal crimes, like the Federal Kidnapping Act, because technically they're kidnapping.
Okay.
anyone
Sure.
who's, like not involved.
They're
in this.
kidnapping and holding people hostage.
Yeah, unlawful flight to avoid prosecution act. That's an actual act. Like avoiding prosecution, there's like an act for it.
Yeah.
Did a
Well,
quick Google. I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look, they did a lot of bad shit here.
The least
You're
of
also
which
not
was murder.
You're also not allowed
right.
to fly without flight plans. So I know that seems like small potatoes here after all they've done, but
Yeah.
I would tack that on, okay?
But
You have to notify the FAA.
ain't nobody notifying the FAA.
What I'm saying is
FAA
I'm
of
throwing that
anything.
on as well. I'm just going to throw everything on
Fair
there.
enough.
Kind of
Fair
like
enough.
that poor bastard when they landed at Lerner and he got all kinds of pissed off. Like
Yeah,
that,
oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
he cut because they were coming in without authorization, without a plan, and
That
they
guy's
they basically cut him off.
I was with that guy.
They don't have time for that nonsense.
That was road rage to
No.
the extreme.
They don't have
That
time
was
for that
bad.
nonsense. But if we
I
could,
would prosecute them for that too.
if we could go back to your question for a second, because I think it was very interesting.
What?
The one where John Cusack said, "Don't touch anything." And then
Right?
they
Was that
proceeded to
enough
touch.
of a duty to warn?
I think when you find yourself in a situation like this, you have to lock down the scene, right? You have to. There immediately have to be precautions put in place. Like nobody touch anything. Everybody step away from this cell. Don't touch a single thing. Did he do enough? I don't know. He ran off. Like, did they get any further instructions?
Yeah, I mean, I would think that the prison guards' surviving family members would have a cause of action to say that was extreme and we should be compensated for the loss of our loved one. I'm down with that.
I think
Right?
so. Yeah. I think that would,
But does John Cusack get into any sort of trouble? I mean, look, I'll be honest. I think John Cusack gets into all sorts of trouble. I think
so,
John
too.
Cusack loses his job.
But you know what? It's kind of like, we talked about this also with...
I don't know, because it's such an extreme.
We also talked about this with Die Hard, where it's like, well, he just walks off like a hero, but like there's a lot that
I think
caused,
he loses his job.
Because
it's like you said, Liz. He kept saying, it's my plane, it's my plane. Well, then get in charge of your plane. Like, get your shit together, sir. Because wacky hijinks have not only ensued, but it's a mess.
True.
Like...
But he is the only one who makes any kind of effort to really get to the heart of it and get ahead of it. I mean, his boss, I'm assuming, goes off with the other DEA supervisor, and they go off half-cocked, following the wrong transponder. They're about to shoot down a scenic tourist plane.
Yes.
Thank God they didn't, because I thought it was going to get even worse.
I know.
So thank God they didn't. But they're what? Were they 300 miles away at that point?
Yes, they were far.
Completely off track.
They were far.
So it was up to them. Those people would have gotten away.
Yeah.
Had it not been for Cameron Poe interfering and Marshall Larkin, I was trying to remember his name, Marshall Larkin going and cracking that code, they never would have gotten to Lerner at any point.
Yes and no.
Why?
Because again, I think he needed to bring in more reinforcements. Like, he keeps saying, it's my plane, I'll take care of it.
He called up the state and the National Guard, whoever it was, he called in to meet him at Lerner,
and they went
because
the other way,
nobody else was available because they had all gone off on the wild goose chase. He pulled in everybody else he could call and was like, meet me there.
Yeah.
I still think he's losing his job.
And then he
I
took
think
the
he might be
douchebag.
like suspended with pay.
He took the douchebag's car.
He did.
Yeah.
He did take that guy's car.
Ass kicker.
Right. And he destroyed it.
There might be something that he's like on the hook for.
That guy
like,
I wanted to
don't
punch in the face. Sorry.
I think he's on the hook for. I think he's on the hook for not taking the proper precautions with the DEA agents with the gun getting on the plane.
I mean,
he's on the hook for that.
I think he's on the hook for just the poor planning and establishing no security guidelines and no protocols. That for sure. The actions he takes later on, sure.
I mean, the actions he takes later on, he's got to fix his own mess, right?
Well, he's fixing his own mess, yeah.
Which, look, does he fix his own mess? I don't know, man. There's a lot of shit that keeps happening. Like, at one point,
a lot of people have died.
At one point, you're looking at this movie going, is there more? Like,
I know.
There's still 30 minutes left?
There was more.
This is the example of a movie that could have been 30 minutes. Like, shorter.
No, but it was one of these, like, blockbuster,
I know, but I was like, it didn't have to be over 2 hours.
Let's talk about our protagonist a bit, okay? Mr. Cameron Poe.
Love him.
Okay, because he did really not much to help the situation, although he was trying to help the situation, but he just kind of made it worse as things went on and on and on and on.
Which, again, tends to happen when men get involved.
Right. Supposed to be the
Listen
hero,
to the women.
but he murders another person
Yeah.
on the plane.
Because, Liz?
Because he didn't put the bunny in the box. And so don't understand why he didn't do that. The guy gets murdered.
Sure.
Because of the bunny.
Now,
And
does Nicolas Cage, the hero that
This
he
was
is at the
not
end of this movie,
self-defense.
it was
Not self-defense.
But then again, nobody saw him do it.
no,
Did anybody witness this?
I don't think so.
They
So-
figured it out.
Why?
Why?
How?
Cyrus figured it out.
All right, Cyrus is a non-issue at the end of the movie.
Yeah, no one gives a shit. No,
Yeah.
I think he's fine.
I mean,
Because-
sure, if you really want to get into like
Yeah.
the nitty-gritty of it all, he could probably be charged with that guy's murder, but nobody knows.
And also, at this point, it's like you put him on a flight with the most dangerous criminals.
Right.
He was a parolee, and
Yeah.
you're literally he's on Con Air. There were so many parallels to this, and then Bruce Willis's character in Die Hard, because
Die
it's
Hard.
like at the end, it's like he's celebrated as the hero. He's freed on the spot. No interviews, no nothing.
Right.
We're just gonna assume that you were
And
free and
he-
clear of
and
any
he
liability or
Yeah,
any criminal
that
behavior.
I
Just
had a
go and
problem
hug
with.
your daughter. There's no formal hearing, no legal review, and like while like he could be issued a pardon on
daughter,
things,
by
but
the
like and
way-
charges can be dropped, but like there's no process at all. They're just like, oh well, here's a bunny, meet your daughter, and
The wife and daughter are helicoptered into the scene.
Right.
That can't be proper protocol.
Yeah, no, that made no sense
And that
to me
also
at all.
happened in Die
Let's
Hard.
put
Remember
that-
when they were like,
yes.
and here's your wife, go
Right.
have your beautiful like reunion, your estranged wife, and now
And
you're
the
back
children,
together.
and
And
the
the
children
children
are
and
brought.
everyone. Oh yeah, they took them out of bed.
In all fairness, the wife was involved in Die Hard.
I know, but
the
they
entire
were
time,
like-
so
The
she was
kids
there.
weren't.
I know, but the kids, they brought him out of bed, and they were like, now we're going to bring you over to daddy, who's a hero, because we're not investigating any of
But
this.
also,
We're just going to let you drive away with your family.
They didn't actually. It's like you said, there was no review. They don't actually have any proof that
They don't know
Cameron
what
Crowe
happened.
wasn't involved
They,
in
they have
this.
no
Right.
idea how this happened, what happened on that flight. They're just assuming that
Like,
he's
what if,
okay.
Yeah.
What if he was the mastermind
What
of it
if?
all?
And you want
And
that
turned
would have
on
been
a
the
brilliant-
best ending. Like it's like The Usual Suspects.
Oh,
Ma'am,
that was a great
spoiler
movie.
alert.
Right, that was a good one.
Do we need to cut that out? That movie's like 1,000 years old.
I mean,
don't
hopefully
know.
not. Although I will say my husband has never forgiven me for that. But
All right, then
That-
we might have to cut that out. Why don't we bleep that part? Bleep that movie that has a crazy twist ending, and you should go see it, but we're bleeping it.
And also, you know what also has a really crazy twist ending? You should
Sixth
bleep
Sense.
this too. Sixth Sense. Don't bleep that. We've already ruined that. Primal Fear with Ed Norton.
Oh, yes, yes.
oh, that was so.
That was
But
good,
also
too.
where he's like the criminal mastermind,
Yeah,
right?
That was
I love it.
amazing.
And what an amazing twist that would be if at the end of the movie.
So we're not bleeping that one. We have to bleep the other one.
But I said bleep them both.
All right, we'll bleep
But
all of
what
it.
if?
It's the accent, Jenny. No one takes Nick Cage seriously with that accent.
I
But you know
know.
what? You know what they could have done? Usual Suspects-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Bleep it out, Josh. He could have turned the accent off. The
Yeah.
accent could have been part
Oh
of
my!
his.
See, then I would have respected
Part
all
of
of
his
this so much more.
facade, yeah.
That movie would have like turned into like an Oscar
Can
worthy.
you,
You know, it would've-
can you imagine if at the end he like suddenly
Mm-hmm.
the accent goes away, the leg straightens out, bleep that out.
Yeah, right.
That's where this movie literally just like
That was it.
like I.
That's why they could have won
it's
better.
a wig the whole time.
Yes.
Like this could have been truly like highbrow.
Yeah,
film.
right?
Like, yeah, like art house.
He
Why
was the
didn't anyone think of this
mastermind.
before?
Yeah.
We should write to someone. I don't
That
know
would have
who.
been a good one.
And they could do Con Air too.
And Con Air too, but this our way. Yeah.
I like it.
Okay, there's also like it seems like okay, the plane, the ending is pretty fantastic in terms of like wow.
Landing
But
in,
it
on the
crashes
Strip.
into the
Vegas
Vegas
Strip.
Strip, and like my note on this was just like super cool, super cool, causing like millions of dollars in damages, right?
I would say hundreds of
And
millions.
so like
I still don't understand.
who's like responsible for like the millions upon millions of dollars of damages on the Vegas Strip?
I think it's
the government.
government.
The government.
Has to be. And I mean, I don't see how they don't. There is where I think they all get fired.
Because of the landing on the Strip.
Yes.
so.
Yeah. Because they had a chance to shoot it down when it was over the desert. Vacant space, not bothering anybody.
A lizard
they
might die.
didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't. And
Justice
they
for
chose
the
to let them
lizard.
crash land on the Vegas Strip.
Well, they told them to land. They said the runways are free and clear waiting for you. Land on the runway.
and they weren't making it.
And they weren't making it.
weren't
The guy
making
was
it.
like, nope, I'm landing on the Strip. And then I love how that's like in one of the casinos, the loudspeaker says, whoever is the driver of the white Corvette,
yeah.
please move it or it will be towed. And then in the next scene, it's like,
Yep.
Yeah.
That guy has a lawsuit.
100%. He's getting a brand new Corvette, maybe two.
I mean, I think there's so many lawsuits from this. Just whether or not your property was damaged, you're just like, oh, and also like there's the trauma, the emotional distress. Like,
But I mean, the fact that we are to assume that there were no injuries from all of that, they literally crash landed in the middle
I
of
know,
the
like
strip.
I'm like,
and crash
I've been to
landed.
Vegas. It's very populated.
They-
Oh no,
but
there
they
was
also-
absolutely shit going on.
They also
Now, and
crashed into the Hard Rock guitar, and the
Yes,
guitar fell to the ground.
it did.
You can't tell me that there weren't
No
actual
one got hit by
injuries.
that? Come
Right.
on.
So
Yeah.
there are liabilities up
I don't
the
remember
wazoo.
what casino they ended up in at the end, but that all like exploded and money went
Right.
everywhere. Money
Yes.
went everywhere.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering-
And
Well-
everybody was gobbling up the
Well,
cash.
I have
So
a
what
question.
is the legal like duty
Right.
of the people who are standing there? Money starts flying out of these machines.
And they
Are
just
they-
start grabbing it.
What's their duty?
Do they have to return that
I
money,
mean,
do
I
you
think?
think?
like they could prosecute them. That wasn't their
Probably.
money.
No. I think they could
But
probably.
is it similar to like if I'm walking down the street and there's money on the ground? The law of finders, keepers, losers, weepers.
What's that law? Do you know that statute?
That's
Do you
I
know what
believe
is that?
it's like it's a constitutional case.
Yeah, USC, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
No, but like if I'm allowed to pick up money on the street. If I'm walking down the street and there's a 20, I'm allowed to pick it up.
But that's, let's say, a 20 that fell out of someone's pocket.
Yeah.
This is like a vault or like I guess it wasn't a vault, but it was the slot machines.
Yeah, but then
Right.
after the plane crashes and they see Cyrus is getting away.
Yes.
He's sitting there trying to count everybody and who's accounted for, and they both go, Cyrus.
And he sees Cyrus on top of the fire truck because somehow a whole bunch of them have managed to now flee the plane again. Guys, can someone secure the plane?
Everyone is terrible at their jobs.
Seriously.
In this movie.
So not only does Cyrus get out of there, but a bunch of them get out of there because someone's driving the
Garland
truck.
Green.
Right. Someone, I don't remember which one is
At the
which.
very end, that shocked me. Buscemi, the
Yeah.
mass murderer.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's gonna go out. He's sitting there. We have a new shooter at the table, and you assume he's about to go kill 30 more people. Like, I mean,
And so the point is that he's Cyrus the Virus, John
but
Malkovich is on top of the fire
Cameron
truck.
Poe and Marshall Larkin steal police bikes.
Yes.
Chase after him.
Yeah.
They're going and trying to okay, and mind you, 2 other cops join the chase, and of course
And drop a donut.
The 2 schmoo like police who do like go join in the case. They get like just knocked right off.
That's always like how.
Like really,
You know, I felt when I was watching this, it was so like modeled after Speed because it's like the bus. I mean, spoiler if you haven't seen Speed, but like once they finally like get off the bus and everything's done with the bus,
we're not done yet.
Then they still have the whole thing with the subway. Like there's a whole other thing after the bus.
It's that premise from Scream, right? When you shoot the bad guy, he's never dead the first time. You always have to shoot him twice.
Right.
So I think
But this is like a whole other chase, like a whole other action sequence after the big thing, the Con Air goes down.
Yeah.
You'd think that would be the end.
Then
there's more.
This was their plot twist. But quite frankly, our plot twist.
So much better.
So much better.
Take off the wig, drop the accent. It was you the whole time.
Yeah.
Just fixed it for them.
How amazing would
I
it have
mean,
been?
honestly.
But right, so now there's this
So now there's more theft of government property,
more destruction
of government
more
property,
injuries, more destruction of personal property because there's still
he puts the
cars.
ladder up and then it runs into the thing and he gets killed. I mean,
But also now all of a sudden we're talking about John Cusack is now very talented. I mean, I didn't realize he was this like super talented field agent.
Apparently.
Who is on this motorcycle shooting and he's got perfect aim. And
ran out of bullets.
Was John Cusack ever an action star? I don't remember such an era. I remember him from Serendipity and holding that damn boombox up.
Yeah.
I don't remember John Cusack, the action star.
No.
He did a little bit of that stuff.
What else did he do?
He was in a really good horror movie called like Identity. I want to say.
Yes, that was a good
That was
one.
a great movie.
I
with
love
a
horror
great
movies,
twist.
so yes, that was a
With
good
great
one.
twist. in
I've
that
never
movie.
heard of such a thing.
It's
Of
very
course
good.
you haven't.
It's really, really good. It's an amazing movie.
It was
really,
good.
Really good
Yeah.
twist. It's like
Yeah.
very underrated, that movie.
You could tell me because I'll never watch it.
I can't because I can't. Our listeners will go upset, and then like, what if like we're bleeping too much already?
Yeah.
Too much bleeping. We'll tell you later. But yeah, so I mean, it's never ending. But in the end, he gets to meet his daughter.
In the end, I mean, all's well that ends well.
I mean, I
well, then,
guess
well, it's a
as
happy
Vegas
ending.
is burning around them. I
Vegas
don't
is
know.
burning. Everything is like
Everything's
gone to
it's
shit.
It's kind of like one of those. Everything's fine. Nothing to see here. Everything's fine.
yeah.
I don't.
I think it's all good.
It was complete chaos.
So how many bunnies are we giving this?
Oh wait, the bunny. Hold on.
What?
For the last scene of the bunny somehow like explodes in all of this and is somewhere like in Vegas, and it just so happens.
He miraculously snatches it from going into the sewer before
Yeah. Look.
before the clown from It gets it, right?
Oh my God! Yes.
Listen, let me tell you
Oof,
something.
that movie.
Let me tell you something. This poor girl who's getting this bunny is
She
probably
didn't want
looking.
the dirty ass bunny.
Okay,
Did you
just
see
looking
the
at
poor
the
thing at
amount
the
of like
end?
bacteria, like that girl's gonna live with that bunny and then end up in the hospital.
and then get E. coli.
Probably.
And how many E.
Now
coli bunnies are
there's
we giving
Con Air
this? Though?
too.
No.
Yeesh.
Ugh. We don't need
The kids on
we
a
do not
deathbed,
need
and
we don't need a
Nicolas
Con
Cage-
Air
wait,
too.
And
No.
Nicolas Cage can't afford the hospital bills, so then he goes on a rampage to and
that's another movie.
and steals the money from the bank. And
No, that's a
right,
different movie.
right,
That was a
that's-
different
yeah,
movie.
Yeah.
How many E. coli bunnies?
Ew.
Like I don't know.
I don't know, like
There's-
-3.
Really?
I don't know. I would give it like a 3 or 4. There were some things with the
I-
law and most
Like
things
wha-
not.
Hold on, what was with the law?
I mean, people were arrested
we-
for being criminals.
Were we? I was gonna say, were we doing the
Fine.
same episode?
But then they blew it by letting them all out. Like
wait, they literally blew it.
blew it completely. Oh my
This
gosh.
was more of like inept like police work and like marshal work.
I mean,
Like we did with Scream. It was not that there are no legal ramifications in this movie. It's that the people are bad at their jobs.
Wait, we didn't see the legal ramifications.
That's right.
I assume there are. These people were convicted of crimes. At least there was that.
Yes.
they did put the mask over
And
Hannibal Lecter's face.
for that, they get 3 bunnies.
I
from
gotta
me.
say, because okay, they managed to recapture and or kill everybody except
Steve Buscemi.
for Garland Green, right?
But that's more police work, less about the legal.
So
aspect.
the Marietta Mangler, he could go on mangling people. It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys.
I mean, one criminal
He
out of
didn't
how
eat
many?
the kid, and for that, I'm okay. I'm
He's
fine.
okay.
You know what?
Right.
This was chef's kiss of a movie.
Oh, it was
Was it
exciting.
not?
It was indeed a
exciting.
movie.
It was fun. It was
indeed a
fun.
movie.
I
It was
gotta
a
say,
film. A film that was
A
made.
film
was-
was
it was a
made, and I
film.
watched it, and we
It was
enjoyed it.
amusing. It was
And-
No,
entertaining.
100%
We
we
enjoyed
enjoyed
it.
it.
Yeah, we did.
100%.
But we did.
I
It's
hope
okay.
you guys enjoyed
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
follow us, like, and subscribe. We are on YouTube, on Spotify,
So
on
many things.
Apple
Podcasts,
Just keep
on
talking.
Instagram.
Let's Ruin It podcast.
Yes, send us your suggestions.
Please do.
Yes, and we will do more things. We will ruin more shit. 'Cause
That's what we
It's
live
what
for.
we
do.
It's what we live for.
you gotta say like
Lawyers,
Ursula.
lawyers
It's what
ruin
we do.
It's
everything.
what we do. We will catch you on the flip side.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.